Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal. This is the 79th edition of the Mr. Informal podcast. Yes, you heard me, the 7-9. Almost up to 80, almost creeping up to 100. So I'm excited. And so don't forget to add me on Instagram, MisterInformal. And then check out my website, mrinformal.com, mrinformal.com. Got some few items that I'm selling. You can also check out the website for insights, for articles, and also blogging about the kind of things I like, whether it be tech, fashion, multiple variances of the industry as to which I like. And so these are the 4 topics for today. So number 1, Patagonia does not like having its product be in Amazon, no matter even if it's authentic. Number 2, can we even solve our waste, meaning fashion waste, meaning clothing waste? Are we ever going to find a solution? Maybe not. Number 3, YouTube music video. YouTube will restrict music videos by record labels. And then number 4, last but not least, 5G. Yes, you heard me right. I'm sure you've seen it in all over tech. 5G is supposed to be coming, but you know what? 5G is not going to be in the masses until a few years. And so those are the 4 topics for today. And so let's start the Mr. Informal podcast, 79th. So the article is from thefashionlaw.com. The title states, Patagonia does not want its products, even authentic ones, sold on Amazon. So I'm not sure if you heard, but Fashion Law is an independent source for law, business, and culture. So in the first paragraph of the article, it states, Patagonia does not want its wares on Amazon even if they are authentic, and is suing one of the massive marketplace third-party sellers as a result. According to a complaint filed in a California federal court last week, Patagonia is seeking to stop Kimberly McHugh unauthorized use of its name and famous Fitzroy logo, alleging that the Amazon seller is interfering with its contract with its authorized dealer by purchasing quantities of Patagonia brand products for the purpose of resale through unauthorized gray market channels, including online marketplaces such as Amazon.com. I didn't know Amazon.com was a gray market, but whatever. And so, moving on, while it's generally legal to resell authentic items you have purchased, McHugh's conduct is problematic, Patagonia argues, because it does not permit any of its authorized retailers to sell except for an approved retailer site operated by the retailer in accordance with the Patagonia's policy. Not only Amazon is not an approved site, McHugh is not an approved seller. Oh, well, there you go. So, look, I'm not going to talk about Miss Kimberly here. Let's just talk about Patagonia and Amazon, because it seems like Patagonia has a problem with Amazon. Because even if Miss Kimberly was not the person selling it, and somebody else that was selling to Amazon, Patagonia would still have a problem. So Patagonia has an ethical policies stating that from their rules or policy, they don't see Amazon as an authorized reseller, and so they see it as a gray market, and so it is an unauthorized reseller. Okay, so I don't have a problem with this, but I know you're protecting the brand. So what's the difference of selling through Amazon and eBay? Why not just go eBay too? Why not just go to the different channels of a different market? Patagonia is basically trying to put the microscope on Amazon because they think Amazon's ethical. Not only that, the process of selling is quite unethical. It's not sustainable. It's not right. Whatever it may be. So in a bigger picture here, I see it as many people, millions of people, love Patagonia, and if they can get a 2-day shipping via Amazon and they can buy Patagonia products, why not? What is wrong with that? Not only that, it's much more convenient other than going to Patagonia and then paying for additional extra costs for 2-day shipping, or it could be a faster shipping. And so it's a free market, it's a capitalistic society that we have here in the US. But if Patagonia wants to do that, what they have to do is, okay, which of these vendors or customers that we would want to sell to, we have to limit it. Not only that, if they find some seller selling to unauthorized market or brand, then you know what? Let's cut her off right away. Let's cut off the quantities. Let's cut off her order. But you know what? It's really impossible to do that, because there's a lot of items that Patagonia does not sell. And then once that happens, it goes on sale, people buy it, and then they resell it, whether it be eBay or Amazon. So this is not going to stop. Even if Miss Kimberly is suddenly be found guilty, this type of selling will not be stopped. And so what will Patagonia do? Well, if they want to continue on doing it, keep doing it, but they're not going to win this battle. Heck, they might not even win the war. So on to the second topic. The topic is from Quartz, that's QZ.com. The title of the article says, I helped create a unique upcycling system, but it won't solve fashion's waste problem, by Rona Chow. So this is in the articles. The sustainable initiative we built is called the Billy System. It is processed up to 3 tons of excess stock every day and converts into upcycled slivers, which can be blended with other fibers and respun into yarn to create new garments or blended fabrics. Sounds impressive, right? That's its paltry effort in the face of our staggering textiles waste problem. So in Hong Kong, we churn out 240 tons of textiles waste every day. Upcycling system based on 20,000 square foot facility tackles barely 1% of that waste. Wow, 1%. So basically, they have this system that can recycle or upcycle our waste, but they're finding out that it's impossible. So here's the thing. Check this out. Harvesting crops such as cotton, used in 50% of the world's textile, involves 20,000 liters of water per kilogram. Finding a worthy replacement then saves staggering amount of water and relieves our cities of portions of waste. Here's why it's still just not enough. Materials innovation only chips at a larger problem that can be solved by technology, advanced as it stands today. Under the linear system we're accustomed to, cities consume more than 75% of natural resources, produce more than 50% of the global waste, and emit between 60 and 80% of greenhouse gas emission, which is, wow, as you know, that is a lot. So based on this report, what can we do? Seriously, what can we do? And the last few paragraphs says, in short, governments must make this priority. Countries frequently cited among the top recycled on the planet, including Germany, Japan, South Korea, Slovenia, Austria, draw their success from action points that make recycling a near seamless operation, beginning with individual household. This means the burden can't rest entirely in fashion industry and its suppliers or even the government. So basically they're saying that, look, it's not just these fashion brands' fault that they're doing this. It has to be everybody. Okay, fine. You know what? Let's play it that way. If it is everybody, what can the consumers do? Because only consumers can do so much. Okay, even if they, you know what, I'm gonna put this in recycle bin, or give it away or donate it. Or you know what, put it in the right recycling center. Okay, if that's the case, if they've done this job, who's the next department, system that take cares of it? I think that it has to start where the fashion industry is. It has to start. Because if you're wasting that much water, wasting that much fabric, then whose fault is it? It all goes back to the source. Not only that, it also goes back to the fabric makers or the fabric suppliers, factories. You know, they need to make fabrics that can be recycled. And if they can't, then what are the consumers supposed to do here? You can't always put in the consumers, and you tell me, hey, let's put also government. Are you serious? These government don't even know anything. Heck, it'd be better if there was a tax break or a certain type of cuts or even some type of a reward or an incentive for factories to recycle these fabrics. Give them that, and maybe they'll be motivated to do it. But in any case, it seems like as of right now, there's still not a solution or a bigger picture solution to what we can do with fashion waste, clothing waste, whatever you want to call it, because it's tough. Not only that, a lot of these fashion brands don't even want to put it upon them. Like China is the biggest maker of fabrics, and you think they want to recycle? I don't think so. They want to save water, but they don't want to save and recycle certain fabrics. They just don't want to do that. And again, it all goes back to step one. If you can solve it in step one, and if you can foresee certain problems in step one, deal it from there. Why put it into consumers? Why put it in governments? You see, I can understand where they can put government, you know, incentives, put more pressure and stuff, but to consumers, no way. Consumers can only do so much here. Okay, so on to the third topic. This is from Bloomberg Technology. Bloomberg.com. YouTube stops counting paid ads in music video viewing records. So, this is going to be interesting. Music videos can't pay their way to the top of YouTube charts anymore. The online giant said it will no longer count views from paid advertisements in its one-day record tallies, ending a controversial music industry practice and diminishing sales streams from YouTube. So, the unit of Alphabet's and Google has started its roles as a promotional channel for pop music stardom. Many artists and record labels would pay to run debut songs as YouTube ads, boosting viewership and odds topping the site's closely watched charts. YouTube executives began rethinking its record tallies recently, as Bloomberg reports. So, see, this is what I like to see more of. Do record labels really need more attention? Yes, to make money. But the problem with that is the creators who made YouTube as it is being pushed aside because of all the money that YouTube is receiving from these record labels. Not just record labels, we're talking about news media, TV media, whatever. And the creators who made YouTube as it is being pushed aside, or are not even being given a chance, or not giving the exposure. See, this is why it's called YouTube. It's you, not the media, not certain type of news outlet. It's you as the creator here, or you as an independent creator, whatever you want to call it, or a video blogger. And so, look, this is not gonna stop. It's pretty obvious. YouTube wants the money, Google wants the money, the Alphabet Inc. wants the money. I mean, they say in the articles, it says that YouTube said it was adjusting its policy to provide more transparency to the industry. So they're just probably tweak it a little bit and then they'll call it a day. Hey, we're done. Let's go home. And so it's pretty obvious here. If you look at the trending part of YouTube, what do you see? It's all major outlets. You'll barely see an independent creator or someone a smaller subscribers. You'll see from time to time when a certain thing is trending, you see that from time to time, but for the most part it's pretty obvious. the major corporations are paying YouTube. Hey, we gotta expose this, so and so. These popular artists such as Bruno Mars, Justin Timberlake, Nicki Minaj, they don't need exposure. When they set a video, come on, every follower will obviously watch the video, so don't even put it in the trending or don't give her more exposure than she needs. She already has exposure. She already has the money. But look, it's not gonna stop, and that's what's sad. And I'd like to see more. I like to see YouTube be more independent as it was before. So on to the fourth topic of the day: 5G, 5G or 5 gigahertz, 5G reception, whatever you want to call it. Look, I don't know what's the big deal here. People always say when you have a 5G electronic with 5G, it's future proofing. Really? I mean, why can't I not buy 5G electronics tomorrow or even 2021? Am I missing something here? I don't think the amount of media is going to catch on to 5G until 2021 or 2022. And not only that, the whole US is not even going to have 5G receptions and even broadband. You can even call it whatever you want. The fact is that it's just another marketing gimmick for those who love to be the latest and greatest. Sure, you go have it, but don't put it on as something as you need to have it right now. 5G will have its place. It will come, and then when it does come and when it does become available for the masses, that's when people will have it. But again, as usual, people got to make a big deal out of it. Oh, it's future proof. But as a matter of fact, it's not. Every year 5G will always have improvements. The technology will mature. Do you want something that's premature? No. You want something that's mature? Of course. Do you want something that's been tested and proven? Of course, we all do. But as a consumer, and for all the consumers out there, if someone's telling you you need to have 5G, no you don't, because 5G is not even here yet. Heck, there's only a few places that you can only get 5G reception. Few places: Chicago, New York, probably maybe in LA, whatever it may be. So it's pretty obvious that the whole US is not even using it. Not only that, by the time you buy a 5G electronics, the technology has been matured, has been tested and proven to the point where you already know that it's not gonna break, or you know it's gonna actually be useful, and you're actually gonna use it at its full potential. Maybe, maybe not. But as a matter of fact is that I think it's just ridiculous that a lot of these so-called companies are pushing 5G and thinking it's the most important thing to have, but it's not. Not only that, consumptions, whatever it may be, is not even gonna use all of it. So heck, a lot of these technology, we're not even using it to its fullest extent. Look at USB-C. They always say theoretically, but it's not. We haven't even reached that point yet. Like, can we at least have some type of electronics that we're actually using to the fullest extent here? So, just a word of advice is that if you see somebody telling you right now in the year 2019 or even 2020 that you gotta have this, you just don't even listen. Just wait for the technology. In a few years, you'll probably buy a new item, or you're probably gonna replace the item. It's not something that you gotta have. In the future, it's something you will have and you will need. But it's pretty apparent that a lot of these technologies, a lot of these brands are pushing for it. Like, look, you're pushing for it, but hey, let's wait until it's actually there. It's actually present. And maybe by that time, we will all use it. And so that basically concludes this podcast 79 of Mr. Informal. I am Mr. Informal. Don't forget to add me on Instagram, MISTERINFORA. I'm sorry, let me repeat that again. MISTERINFORMAL. And then check out my website, mrinformal.com, MRINFORMAL.com. And so hopefully you learned something today, and hopefully you can share this with others, or if you have any comments below, let me know. And so I will see you in the next podcast. Bye bye.